because number one, they train the counselors in autism. So when it's time for them to take our kids, I don't have to worry because they understand he's going to do some unusual things. He's going to respond uniquely, and he's always going to be Jason. And then I get to go and talk to some adults. And we might be talking about our kids and autism and things like that, but I'm talking with adults who get it. And other camps that I go to are special needs with him, but I have to be there one-on-one with them because the counselors don't know what autism is, and they don't know how to react to Jason, how to redirect him, how to channel all that ADHD energy into something positive. And here they do it. It's great. And it's relaxing. I actually go home and don't need a vacation from vacation.
For me and my kids, it's become a second home. Camp is it's our second home. It's where we go to relax, to reconnect with God, reconnect with ourselves. Especially for me, 3 kids, 1 on the spectrum. Everybody understands what's going on. If my son needs some time to be by himself and play away from everybody because being with the whole group is too overwhelming, he's given that time without question, without judgment. No, there's no judgment on me, no judgment on anybody in our family, because he's able to get what he needs, and then he can come back and rejoin the group and have a fantastic time. I'm able to rejuvenate myself, rejuvenate my spirit, and rest. And not have to worry about cooking and cleaning for the week. And knowing that my children are loved. Every turn they make, everything they do, they are surrounded by love, not only by God's love, but the love of the counselors here every single moment. And that's priceless.
I think we love camp just because it's been an amazing experience for us. It's been an area of acceptance, it's an area of growth, but it's pure joy. We continue to come back because our child is loved for who he is. Both our children are cared for by individuals who understand who they are, who want to get to know them. And as parents, I think it gives us an opportunity to really just reconnect, have some time with other adults, but then also give each other resources to help each other help us when we do go home. And I really enjoy it.
I think for me, it's a combination why we come back is one, knowing that our kids are safe, that we don't have to be with them every minute, every step of the way, that the counselors are aware of what they need and can take care of them. And I'm speaking of children that our first camp was 3 years ago when our youngest son was 6 or 7 months old, and being comfortable to have the whole family here. I think that's one of the values of the camp is having the family time. This isn't a situation where we would just send one of our kids away and they're gone for a week, but we're here. We can connect with each other, but then also know that there's people here that can help both of them and connect with other kids. That's the other thing that I enjoy about it, is that it's every child has a different need, has a different personality, but they're in groups that they can connect with each other and can make friends. And for Timothy, that's not always the easiest thing in the world, but being able to have that has kept us coming back, and the ability for us to reconnect with each other as a couple is helpful as well.
And I think that for my girls who are not on the spectrum, this week gives them a chance to connect with other kids that have siblings on the spectrum, that get it, that understand what challenges they have in their life. Of course, every child on the spectrum is different and every family is unique, but my girls are able to connect with other people that understand this very unique kind of life that we live. and get it, and they have so much fun. And they're allowed to be kids, and they're allowed just to unwind and relax and just to be.
And the nice thing about this camp is not just the age variety, but the ability,
Yes.
um,
Yes.
expansion, differences that are all accepted and dealt with and encouraged and accepted.
And loved.
One of the things that's really resonated with me, especially this year, is how open the counselors and the camp director have been to taking our suggestions. The one perfect example this year is the very first day we met as parents, and we said, you know what would be really great is if we had a checklist for worship, what was coming after that. The very next time there was a whiteboard and things were erased as things were done, which is so helpful for many of the kids here to see that sort of checklist, that process, and really remove some of that anxiety. And so they're open. They're not, it's not a situation of this is camp, this is what we do at this time and this time and this time. It's you do what you need and you tell us what you need, and we will, within our power, make the changes that are going to help you to be comfortable and help your kids to be comfortable.
Facilities here are perfect for this kind of group because there's one main lodge where families that need a small kitchenette can be there, and there's 2 rooms upstairs and 2 rooms downstairs, and it's upstairs is wheelchair accessible.
And each family gets their own individual space.
Right, so you've got, in that Johnson Lodge, you've got a large room with many bunk beds for the children to climb on and play on, a bigger bed for the parents, and then they have a shared living space in the middle where the parents can go for sanity or whatever break they need, or the children can sit out there and play while the adults talk for that adult time. But then there are also chalets. And I love the chalets because the upper chalet is kind of like a hotel room without the room service. But I've got a view over the lake. I've got, my bed is a little bit separate from the other bunk beds. My son gets his choice. We have the showers and the bathrooms, and then we have a large living area. It's got a microwave and a little refrigerator so I can keep his meds in the fridge and snacks in there. And that's the other part, is we're allowed to bring the snacks or foods. My son's milk intolerant, so we bring lactose-free milk. His gluten-free, they've been fantastic about making gluten-free noodles when it was spaghetti night. I bring other things for snack. There's fresh fruits. He purposely forgot his beach towel, so I drove to Shopko and bought a new one for him, so he had no excuse not to go swimming. All these little things that parents do to work around it, but the camp is so accessible and adaptable, and the waterfront is very safe for them. I can't think of anything negative about this camp, except it's too short.
The camp just works to make your life easier this week. I think that's one of the main things, is the goal of the staff, and the staff as a whole, is that everybody has an amazing time, everybody is able to relax, and they will do whatever they need to do to make that happen. Whether it's cooking different meals because of dietary restrictions, or providing things that you may have forgotten because you're busy and you're trying to remember everything, or helping you get things. It's just, they go out of their way to make sure you have a fantastic time.
That's the other piece with the welcoming. I mean, the counselors are welcoming, the staff is welcoming, but I have found the people here are welcoming. Our first camp was 3 years ago, and we were the only newbies that first year, and I didn't feel that way. I felt a little nervous, but as soon as we got here, the parents of the other kids all accepted us. We're all, oh yeah, this is how it works, and we're so welcoming. And we at that point hadn't really found a good fit in the autism community. We really were sort of flying solo in a lot of ways.
It's just overall a nice experience, whether you're first timers or you're back year after year, you're always welcome.
With open arms.
And
And Kleenex if needed.